Prince George's nanny just got fired after 9 years, and no one saw it coming. Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo was more than a nanny. She was family. So why was she suddenly let go? And what Prince George did right after? Let's just say no one expected that. This royal twist has everyone talking and guessing what really went down behind palace doors. Finding the perfect nanny. In March 2014, Prince George was only 8 months old. He had just started crawling, and the world couldn't get enough of him. At the same time, Prince William and Kate were getting ready for a big royal tour to Australia and New Zealand. It was their first trip with baby George, and they needed someone they could fully trust to care for him. That's when they found Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo. Maria was born in Spain and trained at Norland College in the United Kingdom. Norland is famous for teaching more than basic childcare. Their nannies learn how to protect children in serious situations. Maria knew martial arts. She was trained to handle danger.
These are among the most exclusive and highly trained nannies in the world.
Ready, here we go.
They learn self-defense and advanced driving techniques, and even their cooking skills are a cut above.
We're sort of training a league of super nannies.
Drive safely during emergencies and stay calm at all times. But what made her special was how private she stayed. She never spoke to the media. She kept her head down and focused on her job. That's what the royal family needed. Someone who would stay out of the spotlight and protect the children's privacy. Maria joined the royal family in March 2014. She went on the tour with them. From that moment on, she became a part of George's daily life. She helped raise him. Later, she also cared for Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. People often saw her walking the children to school or helping them at public events. She always looked calm and serious, wearing her classic brown Norland uniform. Over the years, Maria became a steady figure in the royal household. She gave the kids a sense of normal life, even when things around them were loud and busy. For 9 years, she stayed loyal and quiet. She kept the children safe and gave them love and support when their parents were busy with royal duties. But now, after all this time, she's gone. The palace didn't explain anything. And what Prince George did next has left people shocked. Something about this goodbye feels different, and everyone is still trying to understand what really happened. But even with all her training, no one could guess what would happen 9 years later. During Prince George's early years, Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo became part of his world. She looked after him every day and followed a simple routine. This helped George feel calm and safe. Mornings began with breakfast. Then came playtime, naps, walks, and bedtime stories. Each part of the day stayed the same. That gave George a strong sense of comfort. Life in the royal family can be busy. People come and go. Cameras are always around. But Maria kept things quiet and steady for George. She gave him a space where he could relax and feel like a normal child. One of the sweetest moments happened when George said his first word. He called her Baba. That small word showed how much he trusted her. It was a special moment that people close to the family still talk about. Maria was born in Spain. She spoke Spanish to George from the start. She sang soft Spanish songs and taught him simple words. Over time, George began to repeat them. He would smile and say little phrases that only Maria understood. These words became their secret. They shared a language that no one else around them used. George felt safe with Maria. She was there when he felt tired or shy. When big events felt too loud or busy, Maria stayed close. Her calm nature helped him stay strong. People often saw her in the background at public events. She stayed quiet and focused on the children. When George looked around, he always found her nearby. That gave him confidence. Their bond grew stronger each year. Maria was there for the hard moments and the happy ones. She helped with small things like tying shoes or wiping tears. But she also gave George something bigger, a sense of safety in a world that moved fast. Those early years shaped their connection. It was built through time, care, and quiet moments shared between them. This special bond they built would make what happened next even more shocking: the nanny's role in royal life. Being a nanny for a royal child is not easy. Life in the palace comes with rules, busy schedules, and lots of attention from the public. But even with all that, Prince George still needed a normal childhood. He needed playtime, quiet moments, and the chance to grow up like any other child. Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo worked hard to make that happen. She found ways to keep things simple and calm. Each day followed a routine. George had his meals at the same time, played in safe spaces, and heard bedtime stories before sleep. These small things helped him feel safe. No matter what was happening outside the palace, his days at home felt steady. Maria also helped George understand his feelings. If he was sad or upset, she would talk to him gently. She showed him how to stay calm and kind. These early lessons helped him grow into a caring and thoughtful boy. Maria brought her own background into George's world, too. She was born in Spain and spoke Spanish. She taught George little words and sang songs from her country. She shared her culture in quiet ways that helped George learn about life outside the palace. These moments were simple but meaningful. They gave George something special and different from the royal traditions around him. Even during public events, Maria stayed close by. She was there to guide him, help with small things, and give quiet support. People often saw her in the background, steady and calm. She never tried to stand out. She focused on George and made sure he felt strong and ready. Life in the royal family moves fast. There are many duties and eyes watching every move. But with Maria's care, George had a peaceful start. She helped balance royal life with real life. Through love, structure, and gentle teaching, she gave him the childhood he needed. Maria gave George everything he needed to grow strong. But palace life was about to change in ways no one saw coming. As Prince George grew up, Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo stayed close. She helped him through many big moments: his first steps, his first words, and even his first day of school, all happened with her nearby. She cheered him on, kept him calm, and gave him the support he needed each time. They shared small traditions every day: story time before bed, quiet walks in the garden, and soft songs during naps. These moments gave George peace. They were part of a steady rhythm that helped him feel safe and loved. Maria's kind and gentle nature helped shape George's personality. She showed him how to be caring with others. When someone felt sad, she taught him to show support. When he felt strong emotions, she helped him talk about them in a simple way. He learned to speak kindly and treat others with respect. She also helped him build confidence. When he felt unsure, Maria stayed nearby. Her calm voice and steady hands made him feel strong. She taught him how to say sorry, how to wait his turn, and how to be proud of who he is. Maria also shared her warmth through small daily actions. She smiled when he did well and stayed patient when he struggled. Her care gave George the strength to grow and learn. Each day she reminded him that he was loved and protected. In public places, she stayed in the background, but always ready to help. George felt comfort knowing she was close. Her presence gave him quiet strength during busy royal events. Through the years, Maria helped George build a strong base. He learned how to be kind, how to stay calm, and how to understand others. These lessons stayed with him. They helped him grow into a thoughtful young boy. Maria gave him more than care. She gave him peace, support, and steady love. That became the heart of his early years, and something he will carry with him always. All these happy years together made everyone think Maria would stay forever. How wrong they were. Preparing for change. By early 2024, Prince George had started to grow up. He was no longer the little boy who needed help with everything. He was now a young teen with new needs. School got harder. His role in the royal family began to grow. He needed space to become more independent. Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo had been by his side since he was a baby. She helped him through every stage. From first steps to big school tests, she was always there. But now, things were changing. George needed different support. He needed help from people trained to guide him through teenage years and future royal duties. William and Catherine spoke with Maria about this. The talk was quiet and kind. They thanked her for all the care she had given. She had been part of their family for a long time. They shared happy memories and showed her deep respect. Maria also spent time with George. The goodbye was soft and personal. No big event, no press, just the two of them. George gave her a small gift. Some say it was a drawing he made when he was younger. Others say it was a letter he wrote just for her. No matter what it was, it came from the heart. On the day she left, Maria walked out through a back entrance. There were no photos or loud farewells. She left the way she had lived in the palace, quiet and gentle. Her time with the royal family had come to an end, but her care and love would always stay with them. George stood inside and watched her go. He had grown up under her care, and now he had to take his next steps without her. It was not easy, but it was time. This moment marked the end of a special chapter. Maria had helped shape the boy he became. Through steady care, warm smiles, and kind words, she gave him a strong start in life. Even though she walked away from the palace, the memories they shared would always stay with both of them. And in George's heart, her place would never fade. The goodbye seemed normal and kind, but there was more to this story than anyone knew. Life after the palace. After leaving the palace in early 2024, Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo began a quiet new life. She moved into a small apartment in West London. The place was cozy and peaceful. It gave her space to rest and enjoy life at her own pace. After so many years of royal life, this slower world felt calm and safe. Maria stayed private. She never spoke to the press. She never shared stories or gave interviews. Her silence showed her deep respect for the royal family. Even though her job had ended, her loyalty stayed the same. For a while, Maria stayed out of sight. But when Prince George went on his first solo tour, she returned for a short time. The trip was important, and George felt more at ease with her there. She gave him quiet support during busy days. After the tour ended, she went back to her normal life. Maria also started something special called the Quiet Hands program. It helped other nannies who cared for children in the public eye. She shared what she had learned through her years with the royal family. The program taught how to stay calm, how to give support during hard moments, and how to care for children under pressure. She kept it small and simple. Her goal was to help, not to be noticed. The name Quiet Hands came from her early training. It reminded nannies to stay gentle and steady. Maria used those same skills during her time with George, and now she wanted others to learn them too. She kept her days peaceful. She read books, walked through the park, and focused on helping others. Her world became smaller, but it was full of meaning. The royal chapter had ended, but she found a new purpose. Though she no longer lived in the palace, her care left a lasting mark. Prince George grew up with her love and support. He carried her lessons with him as he faced new duties. Maria may have stepped away from royal life, but a part of her stayed close. Her care, her kindness, and her quiet strength stayed in the heart of the young prince she once held in her arms. Maria tried to build a quiet new life, but the palace wasn't done with her yet. The impact on Prince George. After Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo left the palace, things started to feel different. The calm rhythm she had kept for years began to shift. New staff members arrived. They followed different methods. Their way of handling things was not the same as Maria's gentle and quiet style. Prince George noticed these changes. He was older now and starting to take on more public roles. But even with new faces around him, some habits stayed the same. That showed how much Maria had shaped his early life. One small sign stood out. George often carried a brown leather notebook. It was a gift from Maria before she left. She told him to write down his thoughts, feelings, and ideas. He kept it close during busy days and royal events. People around him said he would sometimes take it out quietly and look through the pages. It gave him a sense of peace, like Maria was still guiding him in small ways. George also showed kindness and respect in many moments. When meeting children or speaking to others, he listened well and stayed calm. These were the same traits Maria helped him build during his younger years. Her lessons stayed with him, even when she was no longer by his side. He grew into a thoughtful and steady young royal. He began handling public attention with more ease. Behind the scenes, he helped his siblings and stayed polite to the people around him. These small actions showed the strong foundation Maria helped create. Though she no longer walked the palace halls, her impact remained. Her quiet ways, warm words, and steady care lived on through George. The world saw a young prince growing into his role with strength and heart. And even if few knew the reason, the ones closest to him remembered where it all began. With a kind nanny, a steady hand, and a love that shaped his early years, George was learning to live without Maria, but he had no idea she would be back in his life soon. Maria's lasting legacy. Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo may have stepped away from the palace, but her influence never left. The years she spent raising Prince George helped shape the young royal he is today. Her calm voice, gentle ways, and steady presence left a deep mark on his heart. George grew up with simple lessons that still guide him. Be kind, stay calm, listen well, treat people with care. These values became part of who he is. When he smiles at children during royal events or helps his younger siblings without being asked, people see the quiet strength Maria gave him. Even though she is no longer by his side, her presence still feels close. It's like a quiet echo in the background, the way he folds his hands while listening, the calm way he handles stressful moments, the soft words he uses when meeting others. All these small things remind people of Maria's gentle touch. George still carries the leather notebook she gave him. It holds his thoughts and memories, and maybe even a few lessons from her. It's a simple gift, but it means a lot. It keeps her close, even when she's far away. Maria's work didn't stop with George. Through her Quiet Hands program, she began training other nannies. She shared what she learned during her years with the royal family. Her goal was never to be famous. She wanted to help children feel safe and loved, just like she did for George. Many families have thanked her for the peace she brought into their homes. Her legacy is not loud or grand. It lives in soft moments, kind actions, and the calm strength she gave to others. In George, her lessons continue. In every nanny she trains, her care lives on. Maria's chapter in the palace may be over, but her story is not. Her love, patience, and quiet wisdom still shape lives today. And for Prince George, her voice will always guide him through the noise, one quiet step at a time. Her quiet work was changing lives everywhere, but the biggest surprise was still coming. Prince George was born on July 22, 2013, to Prince William and Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales. From the moment he arrived, the world watched closely. As the first child of the future king, George became second in line to the British throne, right behind his father. His birth marked the start of a new royal generation and brought great joy to the royal family. Growing up in the public eye is not easy, especially for someone who will one day wear the crown. George has already started taking on small royal duties, appearing at public events, and learning how to carry himself with grace. But his parents also work hard to give him a normal childhood, filled with school, play, and time with family. Much of George's steady growth comes from the early care he received from Teresa Turrion Borrallo. Her calm guidance, strong routines, and emotional support gave him a strong start. She helped shape his kindness, patience, and quiet confidence, qualities that will serve him well as a future king. With her help, George now stands on a strong foundation. As he continues to grow, he carries the lessons she gave him, ready to lead with heart and strength. Maria's story may have stayed quiet, but her mark on the royal family is clear. Her care helped shape the future king. Like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories behind palace walls.